and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Hello everybody, I'm May Flowers and welcome to today's how, when, and why I want vegan video. Firstly, I just want to say that I'm not here to pressure or convince anybody to go vegan or vegetarian. I'm just sharing my story with you. It means a lot to me that you're here, especially those that aren't vegan or vegetarian and that are just having an open mind. Speaking up, preaching, protesting brings awareness to the injustices that are happening in the world. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in because you're worried about making others uncomfortable. That's exactly what brings forth change, people questioning their belief system. I was always really intrigued by vegetarians and vegans. I admired their commitments and their lifestyle. However, at the time, I could never imagine myself as one. Any vegetarian that I did know, I guess I wasn't close enough with them for them to feel comfortable enough to open me up to the lifestyle. That is until I met Kate. How Kate converted me. It was when we first met. She wasn't pushy, but she was stern about her values. She slipped me subtleties that had me questioning my lifestyle and the impact that I was having on the earth. I spent a few weeks contemplating everything that I thought I knew. And I won't ever forget one Sunday I was having dinner with my grandma, and of course there was the meat and then there was the veggies. I always loved my veggies. Just kept looking at the meat and seeing that this was once a living animal. I actually became like a little bit grossed out about it and only wanted to finish the veggies on my plate. I can still see the plate, I can still see the food, where it was positioned, and having this revelation. From that point on, I was forever changed. I haven't eaten meat since, and that was April of 2011. Quick note, as soon as I stopped eating meat, I felt fabulous. So it definitely helped propel me into the future of not eating meat. I lost a bunch of weight real fast. I think it was like 20 pounds. It came off my body really quickly, and I just had a lot of energy. So I was feeling really good. So it was really easy for me to be like, you know what, like I don't need that stuff. When I made the switch, it initially felt like meat was really weighing me down. Going on 3.5 years vegan. Let me start off by saying that I always hated cheese. Even if I had pizza, I would take the cheese off. Anything dairy-based has always really grossed me out. So converting to vegan was much easier for me than I can imagine it being for a lot of other people. The one thing that was really difficult to give up was creamer in my coffee. That combination, there's like something magical that happens and you just get addicted to it. I think we all have one thing that's really difficult to give up. So my recommendation is watching documentaries that expose what's really happening. It's funny, when I was little, I thought that cows just produced like an abundance of milk. You know, like why else would we drink cow's milk? Because they're just always, milk is always coming, and if we don't drink this, the cows will combust from their own milk, so we have to drink it for them. When in reality, that is not what's happening. Going vegan is much more challenging because people have a really hard time giving up dairy products like cheese. If you're interested in reading up on it and doing your research, I will leave a bunch of links in the description below. If you're interested in the vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, my advice to you would be to ease your way into it. Start taking some animal products out of their diet and replacing them with veg-friendly products. Like instead of milk, start using almond milk. Instead of your half and half in your creamers, almond creamer, coconut creamer, and soy creamers. They're actually really yummy. A hamburger for a veggie patty. If you're interested in this lifestyle, I also recommend watching a few insightful documentaries. Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives. Gary YOUROFSKY has a video on YouTube that is very well done. I will link that below for you. I highly recommend watching that video. And of course, Earthlings. How to introduce your friends and family to this lifestyle. My best advice is to lead by example. Show them the way and how fun it can be. Show them all the yummy foods that they can have. Focus on the cans, not the can-nots. Propose a vegan-friendly dinner once a week. And just try not to pressure anybody into doing it. Let them find their own way. So like I said, leading by example. Lastly, I'd like to say that I have a lot of compassion for those out there that are even interested and slightly open to this lifestyle, to a vegan and vegetarian lifestyle. I know everyone faces their own struggles. Besides Kate and our good friend Alex, we're surrounded by non-vegetarians too, so it's really important, even though we want to shake everybody and be like, hey, look, you need to come on board with this. Everybody has their own process. So I think it's really important that we respect that if we are going to push this movement along. When you know too much and you can't unsee what you saw, it can become difficult not to judge, not to be pushy. We're not perfect, and while some might be open to the idea right away or jump right into it, others may not. So remember to do your best and to follow your heart. Okay, recap time. Started thinking about going vegetarian in February of 2011 when I met Kate. She had me questioning my own beliefs and my lifestyle and the impact I was having on the earth, and left me to discover for myself. Even though I was never a big dairy eater, it still took a few years for me to commit to a vegan lifestyle with dropping creamer and, you know, ice cream. I've been a vegetarian since April of 2011 and a vegan for about 3.5 years now. I'm not sure which tipped us over the edge to going vegan. I think it was watching Earthlings. So if you're interested in any of these lifestyles, I highly recommend watching a couple of documentaries: Earthlings, Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives. Again, remember to have compassion for everybody. Each of us have our course, our process, and our free will choice. I know I've never spoken openly about veganism, so I really wanted to address that. I also really want to thank everybody for being here and listening to this video. Vegan, vegetarian, meat eater, whatever diet you're on, I really appreciate you having an open ear and listening to what I have to say. It's really moving when we can come together and listen to each other. And at the same time, I also think it's important to speak up for the things that you do believe in, but you can do so in a loving and compassionate way. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Ooh, I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.